Hi guys, this is me, JohnInTucson. That's me, right there. At any rate, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about something definitely off topic for me, but relevant in my life, and that is cancer. I got news about 20 minutes ago that a very close dear friend of mine who had been battling ovarian cancer, let me take these off, too much glare. A good friend of mine had died of ovarian cancer at the age of 42 years of age. They caught it, stage 4. She went into remission after chemo and radiation and all those horrifying things I went through. Then she went through remission, got it again, went through remission, got it again, third time. Once again, more radiation and chemo and the horrors of all that, and she didn't make it this time. So, but wonderful individual. Her name is Becky. And she had renovated a Volkswagen Westfalia van. I think it was a mid-'80s model. Pretty cool, actually. And she would go out boondocking in the desert. She had lots of other nomadic friends like that were basically in motorhomes or things like that. They would travel around together during the winters out here in Arizona and Quartzsite. And yeah, she didn't make it. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer very much by accident. This was back in 2007 by my doctor then. And he ran what's called a PSA. It's a blood test. Very simple thing, a PSA. And it came back. And he looked at it and he said, you've got points on here and you shouldn't have any. I'm concerned. And I'm like, okay. What did I know? I knew nothing of cancer. You know, and at that point I was 47 years old. 50, going to be 59 this year, in a couple of months actually. And so he sent me off to the urologist who did his thing, and isn't that a fun exam? And he said, oh, yep, you've got masses in there. We've got a problem. So we need to send you in for biopsies. Now, let me tell you, I'm sure it isn't any easier for women, but for men, and I'm going to be graphic about this, and I apologize. I read up on it on the internet before I went in for the examination. And the doctor, the urologist, had also told me this will be uncomfortable and unpleasant, but yeah, you'll survive. And I told him, I don't deal with that well. Please, at least give me Valium before you do it. Anything, something. Basically, you're in a prone position, as you are, but you're on your side. Curled up, fetal position, all this and that. So the doctor has access, as it were. And of course, gloves on. He got some kind of he said it was a numbing agent. Rams it in, runs it around, finger out, and he said, okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Walks out the door. Less than 60 seconds later, he comes back in. Okay, here we go. And I said, wait a minute, whoa. What's going, that's not long enough. He said, oh, it should be fine, And then he very unceremoniously rammed something where the sun don't shine. That was fun. Ugh. And then he said, okay, you're going to hear a clicking sound. And he demonstrated what it would sound like. and then he obviously inserted it in whatever was already inserted. And every time he pulled that trigger that went click, it was like somebody had taken a gun and shot at one of the most sensitive parts on the male body, known as the prostate. And it sends a device in with little teeth on the end of it, kind of like the alien creature from Alien. The little mouth thing comes out with the teeth. That's what it does. And it goes into the prostate, grabs a piece of flesh, and yanks it out. He did that 36 times. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs through the whole thing and shaking because the pain was so horrific. And he said he actually needed 50. And he stopped because I told him to stop. I said, you do not have permission to go any further. Stop, stop, stop. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm sure all the patients waiting out in the waiting room heard all of that. I hope they did. So, anyway, done. Turns out, yeah, I did. I was in stage 4 prostate cancer. You know, again, and it had been discovered purely by accident. And my doctor said, yeah, you're getting close to 50, and that's when you want to check. And yeah, sure enough, I had it. I actually went ahead and went to 3 different oncologists to go ahead and double check, triple check, if you will, the diagnosis, what the treatments were, what my chances are, what do I need to do. Every one of them said, you get rid of it now. If you don't, you'll be dead within 6 months. Get rid of it now. So that's what I did. I scheduled the surgery. It happened very, very quickly. Bad experience all the way around. I didn't realize that I was allergic to one of the agents that they use during the surgery to pretty much, it immobilizes the muscles. I can't think of the name of it now. I will at some point. I had the robotic surgery done. It's called the Da Vinci method, where a doctor is in a clean room running all the controls, but basically the computer does all the operating through 5 different holes in your abdomen to get to the thing. So it's not as invasive, but at the same time it's extremely invasive because those things are traveling through muscle and tissue and on to get to a very sensitive spot to remove everything. Succinylcholine, that's the name of the agent, succinylcholine. Basically, it is curare. We manufacture it. It's artificial curare, which immobilizes all of your muscles. Unfortunately, and it's supposed to wear off at a specific point in the surgery so that, when you come out of the surgery and up and out of the anesthesia, you're fine. Well, unfortunately for me, it's still in effect when the surgery's over and the anesthesia's worn off. I can't breathe. My diaphragm muscles are frozen, and I'm laying there turning blue, trying to breathe. Horrifying. That's happened twice to me now until I finally figured out what was going on. And that's never going to happen again. At any rate, the recovery from the surgery took 2 months. Jeez. 2 months. That was horrible. And I was by myself, basically. My mother came up from Tucson. At the time she was 77, almost completely deaf, bless her heart, couldn't get around, couldn't walk very well. But she wanted to be there with me for the surgery, and I thank her for that. Yeah, the recovery was horrible, horrible, horrible. You're attached to a catheter for 2 months. And I wound up with urinary tract infections on a monthly basis after that for almost 3 years after that recovery. But I'm here. I'm alive. I survived it. Gentlemen, get your PSAs done. If you're approaching 50, it's nothing more than a blood test. That's all it is, just a blood test. They can detect cancer in the prostate through a blood test called a PSA. I think that it's very inexpensive. Get it done. It could save your life. I'm here, John in Tucson. Saved my life. For the ladies, ovarian cancer, unfortunately, is very, very hard to detect until it's too late. It's a horrible, insidious cancer. And, oh boy, I hope they figure that one out fast, because it kills so many women, that and breast cancer. Cancer alone. It's a big killer. So, that's it. Sharing kind of sad news. Bit of my own recovery story from cancer. And being a survivor, like I said, moving on almost 11 years now, and that's pretty cool. And my PSAs come back as 0 every single year. So, I'm here. Like it or lump it. Alright guys, I'm going to put this up, and I am also going to be putting up a reaction video to Regine Velasquez singing the Barry Manilow medley. I believe it's from 1997. I'll do a bit of research on that before I put it up. Pretty good stuff. And thanks guys for subbing, liking, subscribing, sharing, and all of that. I'm tickled pink. It's fun to have you guys around, and I enjoy doing this. So everyone have a great day. Sorry for the downer subject, but it's important. Okay, guys, PSAs, ladies, get your gynos, get those pap smears and all that fun stuff done. Do not wait, okay? It could save your life. Take care, guys. Bye.